Did you ever want to repeat an experience from the past, but with the mindset you have now? I know, right? Do you know that moment before you find out some news that's gonna change everything? This is that moment for me. I am waiting for an interview. Only given 2 interviews in the last almost 5 years. Funny enough, it was one way or another applying for the same job. It's crazy how much has changed in between. You know how sometimes a decision or a prospect of change activates a certain part of your brain. This opportunity and this challenge. In thinking about it, I just function differently. It's like part of my brain that was numb for the past 2.5 years is working again, and I function differently entirely. In the same time, there are a few things that make me sad or nostalgic. You know, change comes with a lot of baggage. You know as much as I do right now. And when I have news, I will let you know. But in the meantime, oh my God, my brain hurts. So I'm moving again. I'm actually a lot more excited than I sound when I say this. I don't know exactly where, exactly when, exactly on what sort of terms. However, the idea excites me to move again. Somewhere along the way, I knew I left my hometown many years ago, and I can't return, and it's not my place when it comes to work. But I've always been a fan of the idea that instead of complaining about something, go and find where you're supposed to be, do something about it. Don't just complain that you're miserable. However, I always knew that my hometown is a great time and place and a safe space for me to deal with conversations that I've had to have with myself. Never underestimate the peaceful or the quiet moments, because there's plenty to do for yourself in that time. Can you tell I'm stressed? I bought this cute little Christmas tree just to see how my cats play with it. Hi! Mom just came back. She's unpacking, I'm packing, I'm editing. Up until the very last minute, I boarded that plane. So much happened that I didn't just want to tell you that I'm stressed and I'm working, because that's what I've been doing this entire time. This trip, it's like an exercise in imagination of trying to figure out all the essential items that I need and that I use unconsciously on a daily basis. Last night's crime scene. I've been blaming myself a little bit, like, why did I take on clients up until the very last week, and that I gave myself so much work to do. But the reality is that I'm sure that if I had 2-3 more months to prepare for my move, I would have booked the rest of the time in the same way I've booked this one now up until the very last day. I would have done the same if I had longer time. And at the end of the day, I think I am actually very nervous and very excited. I'm just like, all of that excitement is covered into the stress of getting everything sorted. I'm just excited to board that plane, to finish everything up until that point, and from the moment I board the plane, to just be with myself. Today is the last day I'm driving my car, because tomorrow my awesome brother-in-law is coming to pick it up. And man, I'm gonna miss driving. It's not just about the car, it's about how for the past year this was my escape place. This is the only place I loved blasting music and driving. It was very therapeutical. Here's a little story. When I've registered my car, I've changed the plates to have the word C in them. And everyone was asking me like, what does C stand for? And I said, no, it's the word in English, C. So the only reason I'm leaving my C is for the real one. Bye! Did you ever want to repeat an experience from the past, but with the mindset you have now? I know, right? Like a second chance, what would you choose to repeat or to relive? My head's in a million places right now, and I want to take you with me through all of them. I'm sorry. I have this weird feeling of being anxious, but somehow more prepared than ever. In the process of ending a period and starting another, there are always many things you do for the last time to make space for the new ones, but you always carry them with you, finished or not. Here are a few things I won't be doing in the next couple of months. Spending the holidays with my mother and friends, going to my 5 a.m. CrossFit class, meet up with my recovery team, drive this car, freelance, and see my cat. The last one sucks the most. The excitement of this new adventure was countered by the sadness of leaving my cats behind. I've been waiting my whole life to have pets, and I wanted to keep them for a lifetime, but luckily I found a way to keep them safe and loved and see them again when I'm back, and I can finally sleep better at night. A friend told me being able to do almost anything can be the scariest thing ever, and I cannot get that phrase out of my head. And it applies to every single one of us. We are capable to do anything we set our minds to, and in realizing that, you can be easily overwhelmed. I've recently turned 28, and so far I've moved 10 times in 9 years. That includes countries, cities, houses, and ships. In all scenarios, I packed my belongings without relying on a home to return to constantly, even if I had it. Every time I moved somewhere, that place became my temporary home or reality without knowing what comes next. In the past 2.5 years, I've lived in only one city, in my hometown. I've loved it as much as I've resented it. Our sense of home has changed with the pandemic, and all of a sudden my boring yet cozy little hometown was the place to be. It was a period to face myself, do the non-glamorous self-care, deal with my trauma, learn to take care of myself and heal both mentally as well as physically. Finally went to therapy and learned to be at home in myself. One of the most beautiful realizations I've had recently is that I can go anywhere and do anything as long as I have myself. I only need myself. I decided to take everything as it comes, whether I leave for a month and come back or whether I don't come back to Romania. I'll take things as they come my way, since the pandemic continues to be a wild card. Also, I'm not trying to act all mysterious or anything by not telling you where I'm going. I just want to take you with me as things happen instead of talking about it. What do you think? I'm here to stay on YouTube, but my psychic abilities predict an unstable internet connection. So from this point onwards, whenever you see I upload a new video, think of it as a process, nothing short of a miracle. I'll be less dramatic if you subscribe right now. Wait, I take that back, but you can still subscribe. This is one of my favorite moments, a transition point. I'm far along enough into the trip so I cannot change anything from where I left, and I'm not close enough from what's going to happen tomorrow. I guess this means I'm in the present moment. This is the time where I'm myself the most. I'm creative, I'm dreamy, I'm playful, I'm relaxed. I'm so tired. Made it to the hotel eventually. Mistakes were made, heads were bumped, things got lost. Nothing major, all is good. I was sure I was gonna pull like a Casey Neistat hotel video doing a room check, but no. My eyes look injected. I'm gonna go to sleep. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Bye. Thank you for being here. I'm curious if I can reach both of them at the same time.